Hey Beefy, it's Ceazor here. I got this new microphone. I thought I'd come and give you a chat. Got anything to say? Moo. Hello and welcome to Ceazor's Snack Sandwich. Today we're heading back over to the Binance Smart Chain to take a look at Beefy World. Now, if you look back here, I visited Beefy World a couple times, but I've decided to visit it again for two reasons. First of all, these are my old videos with my old microphone, so the sound quality is quite poor. And the second reason is there are some pretty big changes over at Beefy World and on the Binance Smart Chain as a whole. And I'd like to talk about them a little bit with you guys. So let's head over to Beefy World and see what's over there in the pasture. So here we are on Beefy.Finance, Beefy.Finance. Link is in the description. All the links will be in the description that I visit. So as you can see, there are the vaults are quite different than they were last time. Very different. So some of the old vaults down here are no longer functional, and there's two reasons why. Well, the main reason is PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap used to have these staking pool where you would stake your cake and it would convert it into syrup. And then you would take the syrup over to the syrup pool and farm tokens. And what Beefy was doing was automating this process for you and getting you more and more cake. Now, PancakeSwap had this issue where some exploiters or hackers, if you want to call them that, they were able to stick the cake in here, get syrup, and somehow get this cake back out. And then stick it back in again and get even more syrup. So they were, rigging the game, so to speak. So they had to close it down. Now, because drugs or the drug, what was this called again? This drug pool here, I can't remember what the protocol was called, but this drug pool had the same problem because it was a fork of PancakeSwap that used the same system, just different iconography and different names. So these are all closed now, and they have some new products out. So let's take a look at them. The first one is cake, just cake, straight cake. And what they're doing, as you can see, they're producing a 3,000, almost 4,000% APY, a 1% daily increase. So all they're doing is you put your cake inside here, and then they will take your cake over to PancakeSwap for you, go to the syrup pool, which should probably be changed in my opinion, and they will stick it in here. Now you can see when you put cake inside here, it's only going to produce about 300%. So the way that they're able to produce this 3,000% is that they are harvesting the cake from this contract every hour, 24 times a day, and just immediately sticking it back in there. So that's why they're able to compound this interest way up so high. And I assume that if this stays constant, then this will increase. But this will probably degrade, perhaps not. We will see. That's why APYs are never constant and they're always changing. So that's cake, or just the cake vault. You want more cake, put it in here, and you'll get 1% a day. That's pretty good, pretty sweet in my opinion. Now, the second one's down here. We have LP tokens. So these are providing liquidity. So if we go back to PancakeSwap, up to farm, and here we have a whole bunch of farming pools that you can stake your LP tokens in. So you would go to exchange, and here you would have to go to pool, and you would have to add liquidity. So you would take half and half of the two tokens you want, and you would get your LP token. So let's see which ones they have. So USD BNB, USD, there's a few here. You could choose the ones you want. So let's say we chose cake and BNB. Then we come over to PancakeSwap, exchange, click pool, add cake and BNB. So you could leave BNB there and go cake. Cake should be up near the top here. Cake. And then you put in your numbers. So let's say, I wanted to put in 1 BNB and 109 cake. I would put it in, and not exactly why it says insufficient cake, but because I don't have the cake. So I would put these all in. Maybe I would have to swap first for cake, so I'd have 50-50 of both of them. I put them in there, I'd get my LP token. Now normally I would come over here, cake BNB, and I would stick it in here, and I would get my cake. It would earn inside here. So I could stake my LP token in here, and I would start earning cake, and then anytime I added to it or unstaked, it would harvest it. Or I could just harvest it manually and use it somewhere else. So what Beefy is going to do is it's going to stake it for you, harvest the cake, automatically sell half of the cake, not just for you, for everybody else who put money in here. Sell half of the cake produced and buy more BNB and produce more LP tokens. So it's a way to get in on the LP action of Pancake Swap. Now there are some other options in here. Some other LPs that you can choose between. You can decide based on, do some research on these numbers and which tokens you feel safe providing liquidity to. Now, going down, we have FourTube. Now, I didn't talk too much about it last time, but FourTube is a lending platform, like similar to Aave or Compound on Ethereum. So what you do with this is you could provide BUSD in here, and people could come to this protocol and borrow BUSD. And if you provide liquidity to it, then, if you lend this BUSD to FourTube, they're going to give you a total of 11%, and some of that is paid in FourToken, the native token of FourTube, and the other is paid in the native token that you've supplied. Now what Beefy is going to do for you is it's going to sell that FourToken and buy more BUSD and stake it in there and keep staking it in there. And it would just keep adding more and more and more BUSD to the lending protocol by selling the FourToken rewards. So there's a lot of options in here for FourTube, and that's pretty much the current status. Oh, then there's also the burgers. So I'm sorry, the burger from FryWorld. So just come to FryWorld. If you buy some burgers somewhere on the Binance Smart Chain, you can do it in many of the swaps. You could swap up here in Pancake Swap. You could go to any of the swap sites in the Binance Smart Chain, get some burger, and stick it in here. And just by staking burger in here, you get 10% paid in fries. So what this is going to do, it's going to sell those burger or those fries and buy more burger for you. Okay, so it depends on the token you feel like farming here. Now the second thing that's new, let's swing over to it. It's here at this governance token. Now the Beefy.Finance wants to promote the growth of the Binance Smart Chain. So and at the same time they want to release their BIFI or BIFI governance token. So by providing staking tokens in here, and that's basically just locking them in here and they're doing nothing. But they're locked in here and they're earning you some Beefy tokens. Now, if I open up WBNB, I've put just 5 in here, and I've earned a little bit. I don't know the percentages and the flow of it. I don't really care that much because I'm only playing around with this with small money. If you're going to put big money in here, you might want to ask around on the Discord and find out exactly what are the percentages, what are the maths, and if it's worth your large investment. Now, let's go over to the Medium article about this. This article explains why their Beefy token is, like, I asked them, I said, why would you incentivize people to stake unrelated tokens in order to get the Beefy token from you? Usually what protocols will do is they will ask you to stake an LP that includes the Beefy token. So they ask you to buy the Beefy token somewhere, match it with another token, like say, in this case, it would probably be BNB, like these LP tokens here. So maybe it would say BNB and Beefy. And then you would go and provide that LP, that liquidity, to some swap somewhere. And then you would stake that LP here in this protocol and get Beefy. But that's not the case here. They just want you to participate in the Binance Smart Chain. So they've selected these particular pools or tokens for specific reasons. And let's read what they say. So yeah, incentivize community members aligned with projects. So they want projects on the Binance Smart Chain that are going to encourage the growth and help encourage the growth of Beefy.Finance. They also want to incentivize projects that have good tools, like that are solid and well made. So the first one, Link. Why Link? Because they believe an Oracle ecosystem is important. Also, there's a lot of money in Link as well. So by locking some Link, you get that Link will be in here. That value will be locked into this protocol. Cream. It's a solid lending program that is considering the Binance Smart Chain. Now, Cream is like a kind of would be a competitor to FourTube in a sense. Now, they might not provide the same assets, but it would be in a sense a mild competitor to them. WBNB. Now, this is a complicated one. Now, BNB is the native token of the Binance Smart Chain. It works the same as ETH. So why wrapped BNB? The same reason why they have wrapped ETH, WETH. Now, I'm not going to read through all this. The link will be in the description. You can read through it carefully. But basically, ETH was made before the ERC20 token was designed. And the ERC20 token smart contract flow works much better with ERC20 tokens. And ETH is kind of cumbersome. It doesn't quite fit in the flow of traffic through the smart contracts. And this basically just explains how it's wrapped. You put ETH into some wrapper, it's locked in there, and you get WETH. And then, so it's not like you can never double up. You can never have more ETH and WETH. It's 1-to-1. Okay? And this is just the site where you can wrap ETH if you wanted to. And where would you wrap ETH? Where would you want to wrap BNB? Here on FryWorld. Up here, WBNB. Now, there might be other places, but this is the place I know. So I can wrap up some BNB, which I've done. Now, why did I do it? Because I needed to, right? I needed to wrap it to put it into the governance contract here, because I put a little bit in here, just 5, right? It's nothing, right? So 5 wrap BNBs in here. And so that's pretty much covers the new update of Beefy.Finance and what it looks like now and what's going on now. I suggest you to come and join the Discord. They're very helpful. They're very quick. I always answer questions. You have questions, you can check them out. And see, right here, I've asked a question about the LPs and I got an answer within 20 minutes from one of the community members. Okay, now that's about it. Thanks for watching and have fun in the Beefy pasture. And check out Beefy.Finance if you like. Goodbye. If you made it this far through the video, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. Now, if you want, you'll notice that you could always subscribe to my channel. If you may have noticed that my thumbnails have changed. Now, this is because I got a new microphone and it's improved my audio quite a bit. I hope you guys have noticed. All of these old videos, if you see the brownish, grayish here, those are my old videos. The sound quality is quite it's bad. So if you want to watch them, go ahead. But I'm going to try to remake some of them, maybe not. But sometimes I'll link to these, and if you go to the links, then I apologize for the sound quality. Now, if you would like to support the channel, you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment below. You can come and check out my Twitter. I only ever tweet about cryptocurrency related topics, so you feel free to join me there. Link in the description. The final way you can help me is you can head over to Rarible and pick up a NTF if you like. I try to make them cheap. I'm going to try to make some new ones as well. These don't seem to be too popular. But if you feel like throwing me a few bucks, grab an NTF. Get an NTF out of the deal. So these are all of the links are in the description for these places. So feel free to check them out. And thank you again. Goodbye.